welcome back to another video. If you have not liked and subscribed, please do those two things. It helps my channel grow. I am trying to grow as a channel, so please help me out. Also, if you feel like you want to share this video, please share the video. I think it's fun. I love to share people's videos when I find things that are really cool. What are we doing today? We are going to do a butterfly set today. It is an abstract butterfly set. It is something I have seen all over Pinterest, and I've seen other nail artists do it, but we're going to give it a little twist because, you can't just do the same thing over and over again. So what we are going to do is we are going to do a glass ombre. Ha! And I'm going to show you the different ways I tried to do this because glass does not work quite the same as other gel polishes. So glass gel polish, essentially what it is a jelly, a clear jelly polish. That's what glass polish is. And you can make your own, and I've done videos on that. So if you haven't checked those out, go check them out. But in this case, I'm using pre-made glass paints. They are by Markett, I believe, and also Wildflowers because I do like their things. Okay, so what did I do? I put a glitter undercoat on first. Now I am blending like a berry pink and a neon pink together. I know you think I'm insane, but I'm not, I promise you. If you saw the picture and you clicked on the video, you know you like it because that's why you came to watch it. So we're going to do this first. I'm going to cook these in just a minute, but I'm going to show you. I used my ombre brush on these because these two colors blended really well together, even though they're different brands and different colors. But they're kind of in the same family. So they blended well together. And I left all of my bloopers in here because I wanted to show you what this actually looks like. So I don't practice before I do these videos because I'm weird. I just do them. And if they come out terrible, then I guess I won't use them. But I haven't actually had that happen, I don't think yet. So far, so good. But I did leave my bloopers in here because I wanted to show you like some different things that could go wrong that didn't. But it's important to understand that, right? If you ask me what these colors are, I don't remember exactly. I know the bright pink is the Markett, which they might still have. It was a whole set I bought, like a summer set about 3 years ago. And then the Wildflowers, I'm pretty sure they have as well. I think this one might be called berry or cranberry or something like that. I'm not sure if Wildflowers still has them. They did for a while, but I'm not sure if they do at this point or not. So, but check it out. Anyway, okay. I'm probably boring you to death making these different shades. But you can see that what I've done is I've made two of them dark on the bottom and two of them dark on the top. So I flipped my ombre on two of them. And one of the reasons I did this is because remember we're making abstract butterfly wings out of these. So therefore, a butterfly wing is not always going to be the same color throughout. So I wanted to give that variation knowing that I was going to go in and create like a black negative space on top of these. So those are going to go in the light. We're going to pull those back out in just a second, and then I will show you the next step. So the next step we're going to do is actually chroming them. This is the mermaid blue that I used. And it was a mermaid set. I don't love these chromes. I've actually had kind of a hard time working with them a little bit. They're not the best. But they did work in this particular setting. So what I did was I wiped off the inhibition layer and I didn't put any top coat on. I wiped the chrome right into the polish before I top coated, if that makes sense. So I took the inhibition layer off with a little bit of alcohol and then I rubbed the chrome right over the top of it. And now I'm top coating. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to put them in and out of the lamp. And then you can see on my palette, I have taken out black gel paint, white gel paint, and silver gel paint. These came in a set. They are Madame Glam. I really like their gel paints. They come in pots. I like them. See, there's a boo-boo. I like them because they cure on top of the polish and don't need to be re-top coated. So they're just done. You don't have to do anything to them. So that's really nice. what I did was I put the first wing petal down. I'm going to call them petals just for the sake of. I put the first wing petal down and I didn't like it. So the benefit of having top coated these already is that you can just wipe it off. If you don't like it, you just wipe it off and start again. So that's a little handy trick. You cannot do that if you have not top coated, because then it can sometimes get rid of the undercoat color a little bit and you might end up with patches and it's not always as nice, but this is good. So you can see that chrome, that bluey chrome effect, just kind of giving a little bit of extra shine to the nail. And so what I'm doing is creating some raindrop-like petal shapes. They also reminded me of dragon scales, and so then I was on this whole thing about dragon scales, and I think I'm going to do another set of nails at some point. You're going to see. The next couple sets of nails, I got a little crazy with scales. Mermaid scales and dragon scales and butterfly wing scales. They're not really scales, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I got a little crazy. I don't know. It was a thing. But you'll enjoy them. They're all a lot of fun. So I have made my interconnecting, so I just, worked my way down, making little kind of teardrop petal shapes. And now I'm filling in with black around the edge, because if you look at most butterfly wings, around the outer edge, there's a thicker band of black. And there is no right or wrong with these. So this was the first time I ever did them. If I did them again, I might do them a little bit differently. But in the sense of connecting some of those petals a little differently. But the beautiful thing about an abstract butterfly wing is that, barring really doing something awful, you can't really mess them up. So if you don't like something, like I didn't like a couple of these spots, so what I did was I just went back in and I thickened up the line a little bit of the black, and that made it better. So don't be afraid to play, is I guess what I'm saying about that. Don't be afraid to play with these. Once I get that done, we're going to put some dots. Remember, I have not cured anything. If you're worried, you can cure your polish in between. I wasn't really worried, and I didn't really need to. I wasn't putting gobs of gel paint on here, so nothing was going to run or move or any of that. So I just started dotting my butterfly wings. Don't get too crazy with the dots, though. That's my other suggestion, because you could over dot them. Is that a way? Is that a phrase? Is that a way to say it? Over dot them and end up with just seeing more dots than anything else. And that's not really what you want. You want your dots to kind of accent your wings, but not really, become the focus of your wings. The other thing I did to mine, which I don't know if other artists have done or not, I didn't really spend a lot of time looking, is I took a little bit of silver paint and I just filled in little bits. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna yawn. I was gonna try not to. So I filled in little bits of the wings with the silver so that it just gave like a little highlight or an accent. So not a lot, but you can see me just kind of like almost scratching in a little bit of silver here and there along the edge of that wing so that it gives it a little highlight. And if you look at the picture at the end of the video, you can see that silver a little bit better. So this was a whole lot of fun to do, by the way. It's not that hard. So I did 4 nails. I had never done them before. Wasn't sure what I was doing. I did put this together in pretty much real time. I sped up a couple of little spots, more just because they were boring than because I needed to speed the video up. So what you're seeing is in real time. So this is really how long it would take you to do this. So it did take me, I think, about 15 minutes start to finish to do these 4 nails. Now, because it was the first time I ever did it, it took me a little longer. But I think it's one of those kinds of nail looks that once you get going on your client, it's going to be faster as you go along because you kind of get in a groove. I don't know if that makes sense. Those of you that are nail techs out there are probably like shaking your head right now and going, yes, Kimberly, that makes complete sense. So when you get in a groove, you just kind of like go along, and this could be obviously much faster. I think you probably need a good 15 or 20 minutes though if you're going to do this on a client in the salon. So on each of these nails, I wanted to also note that I changed the design on every single nail. So there are no 2 nails that are exactly the same. Just like there are no two butterflies that you're going to find out there that are exactly the same. The markings are very similar, but they're not exactly the same. And again, I'm just going back in. Oh, God, I'm sorry. I'm yawning again. I'm just going back in and thickening up some of my lines and creating an edge to the top. So maybe this one is a little bit, you're seeing a little more of the butterfly in there. I was just kind of imagining, right? We imagine. And then I'm going to put my little bits of silver and put some dots in. And I'm going to repeat this process for the next 2 nails as well. And like I said, each nail is going to be slightly different. So you'll see that as I go along, I'm not really trying to replicate my first nail. And that's important to, I think, also think about, is that you're not trying to replicate the exact same thing over and over again. One of the beautiful things about these nails and the things that I find most attractive is that each nail has a little bit of a personality. It has its own way of doing things. In the next couple of weeks, I have a client who has challenged me to come up with Scottish nails. So if you have any great ideas, please feel free to leave a comment for me about what I should do for Scottish nails. I was like, Scottish nails? Fabulous. Yeah, I'm going to get on that. I haven't yet. I'm going to do it this week. She's going to go to Scotland for a trip, and that was her challenge. So, yeah, we'll see. So what else do we have coming up? It's spring. That's exciting. Summer's coming quickly. I am getting to the end of the school year, which is lovely. I'm looking forward to a little time off. And I don't know. I don't even know what to say. It's green. I like green. Green is good. I feel like this winter was really long and now it's not, and I'm happy about that. So if you too live in New England or any of the areas that get snow and you are finally seeing green, then yeah, give me a shout out. Say hello, because we are in a green world and I'm loving it. So yeah, there's lots of flowers to inspire me right now. I'm going to get some more one stroke done at some point. I know a lot of you have said that was somewhat inspiring and that maybe you were going to try stuff, and I'm really excited about that. And also on that same note, I want to welcome all my new subscribers and thank you for subscribing to my channel. I love when I see new people join in and leave comments, and that gives me a lot of input for things like, what am I doing well? What do I need to improve? And how can I help you feel creative and inspired, right? Because that's really what it's about. It's about having fun and being inspired. So I love to hear from you. I love to hear what you're thinking. And if I do an awful set and you hate it, tell me. I love to hear that too. Because sometimes I do sets and I'm like, I don't know. I think this is kind of ugly. And then it'll be the one that gets, like 300 plus views. And I'm like, okay. Maybe it's not as ugly as I thought. It's funny how things like that happen sometimes, isn't it? And other ones that I completely fall in love with, I feel like are not always as appreciated. And that is completely cool. That's okay. Just because it's something I like doesn't mean everybody likes it. But yeah. And let me know, how is your spring going? What is happening in your world? What do you want to share with me? Or what would you like to see me do? If you guys have ideas, I'm always open to ideas. Tell me what you want me to do, and I will try to create it. That's like a challenge, isn't it? Okay, so be careful. Remember I told you not to put too many dots? I got a little dotty on this nail. I got a little dot happy. And I was kind of, at the end, I was like, uh-oh. But see how, you'll see it again at the end. But if you check that nail out, I'm going to point it out because I feel like it's, the failure nail in a way. If you check that nail out at the end, it just is a little bit too dotty. And so I feel like it draws your attention to the dots instead of the whole picture. We are almost done for those of you that are keeping track of where we are. So we are 14 minutes in, and I am working on the last nail now, and I will finish this nail in about a minute and a half or so, I think. And once we're done, it's really simple at that point. We're just going to stick it in the light. We're going to let it be a little 3D. It does have a little bit, very, very slightly raised texture to it. Which if your clients don't like that, you can absolutely go over this with top coat. and that is fine, but you don't have to. I kind of like the little bit of texture. I don't know. I think it's a fun texture because it's not sticking up or jagged or like some of the crazy things I have seen. Creative just put out their spring collection, and the art is beautiful and also completely unrealistic. I looked at this woman's nails and I was like, "Oh, honey, you're just gonna to walk around all day with your hands spread like a fan." I don't know what to say about that. I'm sorry. But don't get me wrong, it's beautiful. It pushes the limits of creativity and art. So go the artist that did those nails. They were amazing. So if you haven't seen them, check them out. It's Creative Nail Design. I love their products. And I've used their products for like 28 years. I'm dating myself. Woo, that's long. And they have some really good products, but I like lots of things, as you know, because those of you that have watched this channel for a while know that I will try just about any product out there and play with it and see what it does. I also came up with, there's a new one called Extend. I shouldn't say it's new. It's probably not new. It's new to me, which I've been trying out at the salon, and my clients are really loving it because I have a few clients that they cannot maintain gel polish on their nails for the full 3 weeks. After about a week and a half, they tend to start getting peeling and chipping. Okay, there they are. Anyway, this new product works really good. Sorry, but I digressed and I got distracted. So there are the finished nails. The thing I love about these is that they are so sheer because of the glass finish underneath, and that gives them a really unique look. And there they are complete. So those are all finished up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and watch the video next week because we got another fun spring set.